It looks like we are live, so I will say hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. I am fucking knackered, and so is Mrs. Sick, aren't you, babes?
Yep.
I, I honestly thought you were going to get
Mm.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend. Productive, but long. We've been painting like motherfuckers. We've done a second whole wall. We would like the idea to do an entire room all at once would be great, but we don't have the fucking space to put anything. So each time we paint a wall, we have to move everything across the living room and change its entire fucking structure. So it's taking its time. But it's getting there. It's nice. 2 walls down, 2 to go. Just have to get a fucking I keep wanting to call it a carpet. We could get lino. Because we're fancy and old and Miss Sick wants like sweepable floor.
I don't want lino, I want vinyl.
Vinyl, whatever. That stuff that goes on the floor that isn't carpet, but isn't laminate. Yeah. Welcome to the Old People Podcast, where we talk about decorating a fucking living room. Yeah, it's just absolutely knackering. Mostly because I'm really fat and it's also getting really hot, and we should have done this during winter, where it would have been like 10 times easier for me, at least. Although you would have just been freezing cold whilst doing it, so, Just get a bigger TV so you can't see the walls. We did get a bigger TV. We got a fucking enormous one. But we can still see the goddamn walls. Complete failure. Yeah, got a 77-inch bitch. But it's, finally gotten used to that as well. First got it, looked at it and went, is this too big? I didn't think it was possible.
It's still enormous.
It is still enormous, but once we get it, linoleum, whatever the Americans call it, a plastic floor shit, but like a decent quality one is the plan. They call it Rhino brand or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's really thick. What's going on? What's been happening on stream? I've been whinging and moaning, so basically par for the course. Oh, what's been going on with you, eh? But yeah, so slowly but surely we're gonna have a nice living room. Couch is coming soon. Am I reading the contents? Fuck, I'm so tired I can't words. Am I reading the comments? Yes, but I do start off by talking about my shit. So
And he also misses like a lot of them, so
yeah, that's important stuff. Mr. Six sees them sometimes, but sometimes you motherfuckers are like loads of you, and you just keep talking,
I really
and I
should
can't
put
keep
my
up.
glasses on for this stuff.
I've already called you out in a video for not putting your glasses on. What else am I supposed
I've
to
just
do?
had a bath, so
Oh god!
I'm not gonna wear my glasses in the bath.
Like a top. It's a top. We're tearing up the carpet and replacing almost all of it with wood. Only the kitchen and bathrooms don't get it. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fucking work. Just is it already wood underneath, which sounds like less work, or is it that you're going to be putting wood down? Because that sounds. I mean, I'm a man of inaction. If there's a big job, I generally don't want to do it.
He puts it off for ages.
Mostly because I'm terrified that I'm going to fuck it up. And then I'm going to do some irreparable thing that completely ruins everything. The part of this whole thing that I'm really not looking forward to is changing the wall mount we've got for the TV. Because we got a new TV, I wanted a different one, and B, a better one, because the TV literally doesn't fit on the old one. So I was like, okay, I'll get something better. Got something all the way from America, and it was fucking expensive, but it's worth it. I hope. But I am not fucking looking forward to putting it up. Thankfully, it comes in parts. So unlike the old one, where you had to put the whole thing up at once and it weighs like a million fucking tons, you put a frame up first, which doesn't weigh much. So it should be an easier job, he said. Famous last words, Lee. But I know my brother, and I've got a bestie who does like to drill holes in my walls because it has no consequence to him. So I'll probably get someone else to do it. because anxiety is a bitch, and I can do it, but not on my own. Because I think if someone's there, they'll catch when I start doing something fucking stupid. Yeah, and it's also a good excuse to hang out with my mates and drink, which might be the bigger reason to do that. But yeah, just do your painting like Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean used a firecracker and a gallon of paint.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh God. Do you know, there was a point in my life where I didn't like Mr. Bean, and then as I grow older, I start to like him more again.
I've always liked it. I thought it was hilarious.
Mythbusters proved it doesn't work.
Proved what doesn't work?
That putting a firecracker in a can of paint wouldn't paint a room. Really?
Well, no.
How? Who?
I don't need to experiment.
Why did that need to be on Mythbusters? That's not a myth. That's a Comedy Busters. We figured out that this joke wasn't real. I mean, I like Mythbusters in general, but that was a fucking stupid... I mean, to be fair, they did it for a good reason. They wanted to put a firecracker in a can of paint to see what would actually happen. So that is fair play. I mean, I'm assuming I haven't seen the episode, but if they genuinely thought that it might work, fucking hell. Not great. I'm fine, thanks. Not much been going on. Just GCSEs. Ugh. Got 6 more exams to go and I'm done. But if you're doing GCSEs in the UK, don't you have to do like 2 more years of school now that I never had to do and thus didn't?
Yeah, you have to do college now, essentially.
Oof. Yeah. So it's never going to be older.
It's never ending.
By the time you're out of that, they'll have introduced new rules and you have to stay in school until you're 30. And I'm not sure I disagree with that. Mostly because I'm not, not under 30.
Roughly where you based Mr. and Mrs. England?
Yorkshire is, yeah. And it's fine. Glad I'm able to catch a stream rather than getting distracted and missing it again. I mean, it's always at the same time. So, you know, set a timer. Like, when people come to the videos and say, oh, finally, I got one of these when it published. And it's like, it publishes at the same exact time. You could literally set timers. And I think you all should. I think I'm that important and special that you should set timers to run around my schedule. And I think that's fair. If your job gets in the way, quit your job, get a new one that doesn't have you in at the right time on Fridays and Wednesdays and Monday, obviously. And then I think we'll all be happy. Yeah? Yeah, that sounds about right. If you allow your DIY efforts to be filmed, 250 from Beadle. Oh my God. I mean, I'm hoping that wouldn't happen. We've managed 90%, 95% without fuck. There was one fuck up, but that was not like a end of the world fuck up, more of an annoying fuck up. Mrs. Sick. We got 2 sets of wallpaper, and one of them's like quite easy to paint over and looks fine when painted over. So we thought, well, we'll paint that one, but we'll strip the other one because wallpaper stripping is a fucking hassle. And the wallpaper that's up to strip won't let us paint on it because it just looks like shit. So we have to strip it, and it's a fucking asshole. So yeah. But the other one, we could do it. But whilst being done, someone fell and tore a gash out of it, so it had to be peeled off. So fucking, yeah. Bit heartbreaking, but it happens. But it could have been worse. It was only a little bit.
Well, that was a very extended story to say. When I was painting a wall, I thought I was going to fall, so I gripped it and I completely ripped the wallpaper. I
mean, that's about the same, really. It sounds very similar length story. I was just trying to make it so it sounded like it might have been me, but if you want to admit you're fuck
you
up.
You don't do any of the work.
That's true. I mean, as I've always said, YouTube isn't a real job. I mean, my mate texted me this week and he wants to play games with me on Wednesday, and I was like, oh, that sounds fucking awesome. And they went, oh, I'm recording on Wednesday, aren't I? And then I've got to do editing. I'm like, how is this not real job getting in the way of playing video games with my friends? This doesn't make any fucking sense. It's starting to feel like I actually do work or something. That can't be right. I'll have to get drink. I'll have to get drunk and figure something out. First time catching the stream, and that being said, so sick, please tell me what I can't touch. I've been scared to touch anything. You just don't touch that, and you'll be fine. Although lots of kids are being pulled out of schools in Wales because parents are against the new curriculum, it's been written by the ghosts of Jimmy Savile and Joseph Stalin. What the fuck? Okay. I want more Hans and Roger together. I mean, they've never been together.
Do you want them to hold hands?
Hold hands. No. Can't be sick. He's too lazy. I've never been sick. I just vomit angrily for no reason. Record your game. That works as content. Yes, but just because that would technically work as content doesn't mean that I want to do that type of content. I have tried in the past and I just don't get much out of it. No one watches it. And also, I actually want to get the work done, the work that I'm already doing. That's why I try to not have to be finished with that by the weekend generally. Although that motherfucker started working over the weekend, so I think he doesn't want to hang out with me, and he just picks days where he knows I'm working, like a prick. Love him, really. I enrolled at college. It felt like a cult. Everyone was writing essays in pictorial form. I didn't understand. Was that like letters and numbers? Were you confused by that? That's how it sounds like. Oh, God, can we stop talking about fucking schools? I have no good memories of school, so no thank you. Not a fond time in my life. Uh-oh, Creaky Blinders here. Everybody hide. Everybody pretend we're out. Blue Boy and the Feather Pointer. Wait, are you mixing hands with fucking spirit science up? I mean, I get it when people confuse Hans Wormhat and Barnabas Nagy or Nagai or whatever the fuck his name is. But because they both think everything is fake. But to confuse spirit science with anybody but spirit science just seems wrong to me. He is the worst. Before I forget, great interview by Thick. It was an interview by me of Creaky Blinder on his own show. That's clearly what happened. I don't think there were many. There were questions from the audience, but Creaky didn't really interview me. We just shot the shit for an hour. It was very. It was just like talking to a mate. It was pretty good, actually.
You say Creaky isn't a mate. He's like a mate, but not really.
He's like a mate, but you know that one that you secretly conspire to bring down. Downfall of Creaky Blinder. Sorry, am I late? Questions? Star Trek versus Star Wars. I like them both. She hates Star Wars.
Star Wars is boring.
Yeah, so you know. All hate directed her way. I think they're both fine.
Star Trek is fucking lit.
Star Trek is pretty lit. Although I have apparently a somewhat controversial opinion in that I really, really like DS9. But it's I don't know if it's controversial, but it's divisive at the very least. Because I've seen a lot of people say they like it a lot. And some people say it's the worst one, and I really like it.
How could it be the worst one? Cisco is like singing at you constantly.
Cisco is fucking awesome. I love Cisco so much. Do I watch Russell Brand videos? No. I'm aware of what he does, and he sometimes says things that are coherent and smart, and he sometimes says things that are like, what?
Like he just dropped acid.
Yeah. I like his stand-up. He's actually pretty funny when he's trying to be funny, and he like writes things down. But yeah, Deep Space Nine from Outer Space. That is the best one. William Shatner's overact. I cannot get on with old versions of sci-fi in general. Don't like old Doctor Who. Don't like old Star Trek. I'm aware of the good episodes in general of most of them, and those are watchable enough. But I wouldn't generally choose to watch any of it. Last time I watched Star Trek, William Shatner was still in it, and you know it was new. See, I used to really like Voyager Beats TOS. I'm not sure what TOS, but the original series. There you go. But Voyager itself, I used to really like it. It used to be my favorite, and now it's not. Still got my favorite character in it. It's the Doctor, but the rest of it is actually kind of. And if you find out about how the writing went, it makes a lot of sense. Apparently, Voyager was written almost entirely by people who were too important to write a sci-fi show, so they didn't want to. And then DS9 was written by actual sci-fi nerds, and so you can see it sort of play out in that way, and that's probably why I like it more. But yeah, Toast of London. Oh my god, Toast of London is fucking amazing. My brother is obsessed with it, but I do really like it. But I only ever watch it when my brother's about, for fucking because he always puts it on. Oh, I've heard you're an alcoholic and your love for whiskey is pretty strong, so I wondered, can you beat Goku though? In a drinking match, yeah, probably fucking wipe the floor with him. In a fight, it'd be touch and go, but he'd almost win. Have I seen The Expanse? Yes. Expanse was really good.
Yeah, I got
There was one
it.
season that was just kind of a holding pattern. And after that it got a bit different, but it's pretty good all round.
I tried to get him to focus on it because the first episode he just like kept pausing it constantly and chatting random crap, and then also kept looking at his phone and not paying attention. And I was like, you need to pay attention.
It's got an incredibly fucking slow start because there's like 20 spinning plates at the start of The Expanse, and if you've got an ADHD brain like me, it's just like, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. I'm 16 and the only Star Trek I liked was the original series. My dad loved it when he was about 10 years old, and that was when it was new. Oof. We just watched Blade Runner. We just watched the sequel, the 2049 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was one of the things we used to test out the new telly because it's got that fanciness in it, and yeah, that is a quality movie. I actually genuinely enjoyed that. A worthwhile sequel that calls back to the original without fucking living in it. So yeah. Oh, fucking Farscape, Jesus. Farscape, and then there's the one that I never remember the name of, where the fucking ship was like an insect, and it was really weird. Oh my god, I can't remember which one that was. Someone will know. Someone will know exactly what I mean immediately. It'll be like, oh my god. I think it starts with an L. I have arrived, and I've also passed my CBT. So I know that if you mean cognitive behavior therapy, I don't think you passed that. So I'm going to assume you mean something else. So Lex, there we go. Everyone knew exactly what it was. That show's fucking weird.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think it's on anything. If it is, do let me know. But it was weird. I just remember, that's all I can remember as a kid, is that it was fucking weird. So I'd probably really, really enjoy that
now. Don't talk about Firefly. I'm so upset.
More like...
It's so bad. It's just really upsetting though, because it was a really good series, and then it's just like, nah, bye.
What do I think of the SCP Foundation? I find them offensive. That they keep people like me locked up for no good reason. They should be free to destroy humanity all they want. The bastards. They haven't been able to catch me though, because I'm too drunk.
Are you gonna be SCP-666?
SCP-666.
Yeah.
This one is drunk. He keeps getting more whiskey and we don't know where it's coming from. Every night he mutters something about killing all the humans. SCP is good. Do you mean good? Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I like Battlestar Galactica, and I've watched the shit out of Demolition Man. Was like my childhood movie that I just watched over and over.
Yeah, I was always disappointed with Demolition Man. There was hardly any demolition in that film. I expected him to come out in like a big JCB, knock over a couple of buildings, and then leave. But no, it's got like a plot and stuff. It's fucking stupid. I tell you what, one of our favourite, I don't know if you'd call it a pair of movies, but they're basically two movies based on the same property, but wildly different, and yet both fucking thoroughly entertaining. So sick is Bender. I mean, he is one of my heroes. I have made that reference quite a few times. Covered in metal, always drunk, wants to kill all humans. But enough about Dr. Zoidberg. Drudge Dredd. Both the fucking, what's he called? Stallone vehicle and Dredd with fucking Carl Urban. Both of those are terrific movies. Dredd is like a good movie, and Judge Dredd is just fucking entertaining for how dumb it is. I imagine that the newer movie is probably more accurate to the comic books. I've never read the comic books. I don't really read comic books. I don't really read. I can't. But, you know, I'm the law.
It's not law, it's law.
I wonder how much he puts on of that. Drudge Dredd. Is that like the Drudge Report? I don't know. I said Judge. I mean, I might have said Drudge, but fuck you. Roboflop. I just watched Robocop 1 and 2 recently, just while I was editing, because I wanted something that I was familiar with on in the background while I was doing. And fucking hell, I do like those movies. I may have done less editing than I should have. Carl Urban is almost human. I like Carl Urban.
Said in almost human.
Nah. He's almost human.
Yeah, Billy Butcher. We still need to watch the third season.
Well, that's just started. It's coming out in bits.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to wait, or I'm going to have to sneak in.
No.
Have you finished season 2? Because I don't think you finished season 2.
I don't know. I get distracted very easily.
So you should probably sit, or we could just watch season 1 and 2.
Yeah, but we have like 10 things we need to watch.
I know.
We still need to finish Ozark.
We need to finish the new Better Call Saul.
Because I decided to rewatch everything because I couldn't remember what was going on.
Oh, Mike Schaefer. Still weird they made a Robocop cartoon for kids. They did that with fucking everything.
Yeah.
All this shit, absolutely, positively made for adult audiences. And there was always a fucking cartoon of it. Very, very kid-friendly. Terminator, Robocop. I mean, even the Ghostbusters, even though those are pretty silly movies, they're still kind of edgy, at least for the time. I mean, there's a joke in it about this man has no dick. That is not kid-friendly, for fuck's sake. So, yeah, it was always one of those things. I'm waiting for all the like ultra-violent shows that are on now, and then just give it a couple of weeks, and then some cartoon versions will come out. Compare Robocop and Iron Man almost shot for shot. What do you think? I think, right, that they're different films. Also, it depends which Iron Man you mean. I mean, they're both. They are both fucking. What do you call them now? They're both origin stories, so they're going to have some parallels. That's origin stories are always kind of familiar to each other unless they're really fucking interesting. That's why it was so great that they didn't do the newest Spider-Man films, that they didn't do an origin thing, or at least they sort of integrated it into older stuff so you got an idea of what it was about. Was just such a great idea. Made them so much more watchable. Because who the fuck hasn't seen Spider-Man's fucking origin for the fucking 50,000th time? Robo-Man or Iron Cop? Oh, Iron Cop sounds pretty good, actually. It's like... And I just like the idea that Iron Man ended up as sort of not that good as Robocop. Although apparently a Robocop is built stronger than a Terminator, according to I think it was Death Battle, like based on their feats, as they call them. Robocop was closer to the Bionic Man. What was the one? Universal Soldier. That's the one. That's a film that always comes into my mind that I need to rewatch and see if it even remotely holds up. But the only bit of that I remember is the bit where they cut out like a big chunk of his leg or arm or something. All three Iron Man versus both Robocops. Watch them back to back. What do you mean both Robocops? There's more Robocops than two. There's a 3 and a 4. In one of them, he had a jetpack where he was flying around. I mean, that makes it even more like Iron Man. He had a jetpack and he took off one of his arms and replaced it with a grenade launcher, and it is nowhere near as good as I'm making it sound, because it's fucking dumb. The last 2 Robocop movies, I don't know if there's more after that, aside from like the new one, which is shit for different reasons. Although it has a couple of decent moments in it.
Oh, there you go.
What's that?
Somebody's asking for your origin story.
I just appeared.
Said he tried to steal whiskey, came across a super hammer, got inside to hide, or just did that way. No, that's his second skin. Don't you have a second skin?
Also tried to steal whiskey. Your whiskey's already gone. It's mine. I'm drinking it right now. Just shoot Robot's face. You mean shoot Robocop's face? Because that doesn't work. The thing on his face isn't actually a face. It's like his skin pulled over a thing. If you got rid of all of that, it would just be a metal mouth that's as fucking strong as the rest of him. Yeah, no. So you've got to learn these things. Bicentennial Man. That's very different from Robocop or Iron Man.
I like that movie, though.
I would like to see a fight in it, though.
Is this the place to talk about how amazing... Oh, no, go away.
It's battles full of crap that get almost everything wrong. They get things wrong, I'm sure, but also they get things right. And also, it's a show. It's fun to watch. Calm down.
I don't do compliments, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
No.
Mrs. Sick has done another episode of Spoon Star Stories. Excuse me, I will fucking mute you. Mrs. Sick has done a new episode of Spoon Star Stories. It is on her channel. Go and fucking watch it. If you can't type the word Spoon Star Stories into thing instead of making me fucking link it, you don't deserve it. So yeah, it's good. It's actually doing better than any other video in the first time period, so it's really good.
Yeah, and you keep telling me, and I still don't want to know.
Well, I'm not telling you. I've stopped telling you. I'm telling these people.
You've told me like 5 times. You're like, oh, your video's doing really well. Mum, I don't care. I'm like, I don't...
I care.
I know you care, but I don't want to know. Because all it does is make me anxious.
Your video's doing terribly.
Thank you. That's so much better.
Actually, it was so bad, it caused a fire. Oh my god. Where you do the narration and she does the work. Yes, I memorized that. I don't know why you would memorize it, but yeah. He emerged from the primordial sea of chaotic whiskey and puked the universe into existence. That's the origin story of Sir Sick. And that's the origin story of the universe. I was always in the primordial chaotic whiskey sea, puking, creating more whiskey, and also puke. Oh, she should upgrade her voice actor because he sounds like he's been drinking whiskey. There is only 2 Robocop films. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're right, and I agree. I liked the subsequent films when I was a kid, but as an adult, they do not hold up. They are very much in the vein of the Robocop TV show, which there was a cartoon, but there was also a full-on TV show, and I don't remember it being particularly good. Oh, crackety neck. That makes more sense than the God story. I mean, it does. Don't puke in the whiskey, please. It's the primordial chaotic whiskey. It's not the same as your normal pathetic Kuman's whiskey, which is still good, mind, but not the same thing.
I do like the idea that you just that's into some like congealed whiskey formed.
Yeah, and then I found some armor, and I was like, that's cool. On the same basis as Robocop, there are no Star Wars films, just the Ewoks cartoon. That sounds right. Those are the highest quality thing. What about the holidays, the Christmas special? I think that reaches the seal of approval of being, really, really good. I don't know why I memorized it, but my brain did a thing, and that's just how it is. I have no control over it. Okay. If Cersei was an anime character, what would be his ultimate attack? Drinking whiskey.
I would say probably something on the lines of just mockery.
No, just getting more drunk.
There you go, D&D rules. Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery. Aren't both Robocop films called Doctor Who and the Daleks? Cersei whiskey tasting videos. Yeah, but all it would be is me just absolutely pounding a bunch of whiskey and then someone going, you were supposed to give your opinions on those. I said, whiskey. 5 whiskeys out of 5 would drink more. Give more. Just get angrier and angrier asking for more as the poor host desperately tries to pour out more whiskey. More. Sessick was a scientist testing the whiskey bomb when he saw Mrs. Sick in the blast zone rushing to push her in a ditch because he would. He got caught in the blast and became the incredible Sessick. I'll save you,
like
whiskey. That is. It's got Wookiee porn. What? What's got? Oh no, are you talking about a holiday special? Yeah, because that does have Wookiee porn in it. The Drunken Strike, where I fall down because I'm too drunk. And if someone gets in the way, they take the weight of my fatness. Science backs up the whiskey story because a scientist can find alcohol molecules all over the universe. I know. There's like actual clouds of it just fucking floating around. It's beautiful. I do wonder what its purpose is in God's fucking universe. So, and God made the universe, and then he put fucking clouds of ethanol in the fucking sky that humans wouldn't be able to detect for thousands of years because he likes people so much.
No, he drinks them.
I mean, that would be the explanation I would go with.
It's like candy floss.
Oh, we haven't found God's molecules all over the universe. God molecules. That's just God jizz. Why would I attack someone by vomiting whiskey on them? That's my whiskey.
That's kind of wasteful, isn't it?
Yeah. Wookiee porn? I came in at the right moment. You did indeed. The operative being came. Logic collab in the works yet? Yes and no. We occasionally have little chats, but nothing to report. Turkish Star Wars is better than Rise of Skywalker. I mean, which was the one?
We need to watch more Bollywood movies.
There's the one
Apparently
with
they're
the
fucking
what they
amazing.
call the quote unquote Bollywood Terminator. I really really want to watch that film.
Yeah.
Because it looks fucking amazing. Science is wrong about those clouds of whiskey in space. If there were any, Sig would have already drunk those. I mean, I would have breathed them anyway. Booze stashed away for a birthday party? Why would I do that? You just drink it all. Honest question: does it ever feel weird to see where you came from to now with the community and videos? Absolutely fucking bizarre. God, let's go serious, real feels, and it's just like 80,000 subscribers is just a fucking insane number to me. When I was tiny and like I got my first ever shout out and there's like 300 viewers, 300 subscribers, and I'm like, oh my god, I've made it. I was like, ah, I was so teeny tiny.
It's I don't know. I think it's because it grows so steadily. It doesn't give me a lot of time to process stuff. Like you tell me all the time, like this piece of information, and I'm like, okay,
oh
that's nice.
Like 100,000 is well within reach at this point, which just seems completely mad to me. But I was always very clever to go, I've always thought 100,000, as much as it would be very difficult and it would take a lot of time, that it's still entirely possible. So that's why I've never said face reveal at 1,000.
No, it's a million.
Okay, it's a million. A million, and it has to be legit, and it has to be representative of how many views I get on the channel. Because at that point, I can then buy a very big fence and keep fucking nutters away. So even then, it's not a promise because I don't make promises. I believe that promises are the road to ruin. You promise to do anything.
No, I think it ruins the illusion if you do a face reveal.
Yeah. You want to think that under that helmet is just some ugly fucker and not just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and that will ruin your life.
It's a holy radiant light that burns you.
I saw a different Cersei origin story, possibly bootleg fan fiction, where after drinking almost no whiskey, he made a play for a mate's mum hid in fridge. He made a play for a mate's mum hid in fridge. Where's fridge armor riding world of whiskey? That went very interesting, very fast.
See, now I need to draw fridge sick.
Fridge sick! I just laughed so hard I nearly blew up the toilet as a result when you said the 300 sub thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking down to anybody who does have a small following. Like, it's still fucking crazy. Like 300 people. Imagine being in a room with 300 people who are all listening to you speak. That's insane. And on these fucking streams, there's like 110 of you right now listening to me talk absolute bullshit for the best part of an hour for no fucking reason that I can discern. That is still madness. Sick is like the fly. Spews whiskey on someone to dissolve them, then slurps it back up. No waste. I am both disgusted and intrigued by that idea. I may have to try it. Ever think of purely original material for a video rather than comical responses? Yes and no, but I always feel like I don't have the capability to produce anything worthwhile. I mean, I've done a few things where it's just me talking shit. But I suppose the best thing I ever did was, and it was collaborative with Mrs. Sick, was my interview tips, which were interspersed in a video where basically we were trying to really push the channel up another level and actually make it a viable job. So yeah, that was something that was entirely based on me and was still comedy based. I think if I had more time to sit and just write I might be able to come up with something I'd be happy with. But yeah, like anxiety and self criticism are things that make it very hard to be happy to just do that.
Lemony Pie. We would talk about, because I edit his videos now. Well, not properly edit. I add to his videos.
You contribute.
And he goes on. I say wittering because he just goes off on one. Just,
I call them tangents. I'm tangential.
He just witters. Absolute bollocks. And I'm like, why did you go on like that? And he went, well, you went. It made sense though, didn't it? And I went, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you say it's not wittering. It's a tangent.
Yes, they're tangents. You call it wittering because you're rude.
But it is wittering.
This is like me calling your art scribbles.
It is. It's just you go on and on and on, and it's just, and then I have to draw art.
It's mostly. She thinks that because she lives with me and has to hear me talk all the time.
Yeah, you talk a lot.
So it's basically she just tunes me out. You should go to a live Matt Powell sermon for your 100k subscriber celebration. How about I do literally anything other than that, and it'll be a good time, because that sounds fucking awful.
Oh God, Matt Powell is... Oh, it's horrible.
What about your own cartoon, like the ones from Dark Matter where characters mock whatever you feel like mocking? I mean, we do a show that isn't reacting to things. It's called Spoon Stuff Stories. We just mentioned it. It is actually an entirely self-contained project. It is based on something, but it is effectively entirely original. So if you want to see that, and it has a certain amount of comedy to it.
She's actually relaxing in my arms.
Ah, now it's time to attack. She's talking about the cat.
No. She just...
No tangents, multiverses. Yeah. The Sick multiverse. Because every week I'm something different.
No. Oh my God, you're so cute. Can I squish you now?
Comedy animations have been particularly good of late, so you're doing a decent job, even if it is a pain in the ass to do. Well, the whole point of it is to give her a job that isn't her other thing. I
call them comedy, though. Oh, don't sneeze on me. No, don't do it.
Okay, I'll go watch it. You do that. It's fun. Oh, the cat's sneezing like crazy.
Yeah. You okay?
Go visit Banana Ray to celebrate 100k. Why do you people want me to leave my fucking house? I don't like that outside place. Fuck that noise.
What's Banana Ray?
Ray, you made the fucking joke. I said about someone being banana sexual, and you fucking drew Ray Comfort in the background.
I don't remember that.
You did. I was shocked. I was shook.
I don't know. I can't remember what I did last week. So.
No. I don't remember what I wrote. In fact, I've been writing today, and I have no idea what is in that fucking script.
I love it because everyone's like, oh, this joke. And you're like, did I write that?
I like it when someone points out a joke and I go, that's a pretty funny joke. And I, oh, wait, I said that. The only thing that I've remembered for like a really long time that someone's brought up recently is Sir Sick No Makeup, where I put a picture of a thimble.
Oh, yeah, I remember you doing that.
Yeah, and someone just went, haha, Sir Sick, #no makeup. And I went, oh, yeah, I remember that one. I was pretty proud of that joke. That was a solid joke. Take the piss out of me one night when you're bored and you need to make 30-second post. I don't know anything about you. And I'm not someone who's like into roasting people per se. Like, I'm not just going to be mean about you. I don't know. People don't realize, and it's something that always kind of bothers and baffles me, is like when I won't bring up some feature of a person that is quite obvious, but is in no way under their control. And why didn't you point out that they've got this or that or that? It's because that's not their opinion. That's a thing that is just, unless they're an absolute prick.
I don't know, like...
I do point out that Matt Powell looks like a child, but that's mostly because his opinions are fucking childish.
He does look like a child.
It's a giant child man. You were going to say something else, or was it going to be about Matt Powell looking like a child?
It's like you going on your tangent. about someone's eye colour just because they have an eye colour. What you do is you go on tangents about people for the quality of their videos.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. That's something you can control, though. You could not make shitty looking videos. At 500k, you should do a face reveal, but it's just random Blake's face.
Yeah.
Oh, I've thought about that many times.
Yeah, we've thought about that a lot.
And the other one, we've done a few fake reveals.
One of the ones I said is that you should just put a picture of Idris Elba.
Picture of Idris Elba. If only.
Yeah, if only.
But like some of the concepts is that I'm a void, but my favourite one, and Mrs. Sick ended up making it, was that under my head is another larger helmet.
Oh yeah.
Which has always been a favourite concept of mine. Came just to say hi. Keep on the good work. Thank you, Robert Potato. Sorry, not Robert Potato. Robot Potato. Although you should change your name to Robert. Because I don't know why. Robert Potato just sounds good. I don't roast people without reason. Ray William Johnson. And I took that personally. Okay. Isn't Ray William Johnson like back in a way because of fucking YouTube shorts?
I have no idea.
Like he's getting millions of views, and it's like, oh, okay, good for him. I hope he hasn't done anything fucking really awful. Well, I've got a large helmet. Wow, don't we all? Honest questions. How many times have you been confused with the Bread Boys? Who the fuck are the Bread Boys? So I guess that would be never, because I've never even heard of them.
Well, he's shaped.
I get called fucking...
You're shaped like a bread.
Fuck you. Noel Fielding. Or that guy who plays the executioner in Disenchantment. Noel Fielding. I get told I sound like Noel Fielding really regularly, and I sound literally
you sound
nothing like him. Anybody who has any concept of the distinction between accents in the UK would know I sound nothing like Noel Fielding. He's got a London drawl.
Yeah.
And yeah, no. That's not to say I don't enjoy some of his content. Mighty Boosh was fucking amazing, but no. Bread comes in all shapes. Yeah. She's saying I'm thin like a breadstick. Ah, that's so nice of her.
You're very doughy though. See, like uncooked bread.
The Bread Boys just use the same helmet. I mean, that kind of helmet is not a thing that belongs to me. I think, is it the Spiffing Brit? Like one of his avatars has that helmet as well. So and I've not been confused with him. Bigger channel. Noel Fielding, were they high on drunk? I can only assume that they were extremely drunk on the highs. He just takes off his helmet. There's no head, just whiskey splashes out. Like the helmet itself is an upside down glass full of whiskey. And you lift it up and it just breaks the fucking, like, what do you do with you fill a pint glass with water and then you put a fucking
why are you looking at me? I wasn't paying attention to you.
I
was looking at Bread Boys. I was like, I've never heard of them.
I've got a spiffy Brit, lol. Would you stop saying things? Y'all speak American funny. I like that. Dude, seriously, you sound like you. No, I couldn't possibly. That sounds weird. You sound like the Spoon Star Stories bloke. I mean, you've never seen me and him in the same room at the same time, so anything could be true. You sound exactly like Stephen Fry. I do hope that's irony, because Jesus Christ. I love Mr. Fry. He's done some of my favourite things ever, but no, he's very posh. Much, much posher than me. You know, this Sir Sick guy sounds a lot like Sir Sick. I wonder if they're related.
No.
We're other R-Ted words. That was no. The surface tension is power. There we go. Surface tension. Thank you. Right. Who's a buckethead? That's offensive. Hilariously, I'm also 2 of your viewers as well. You're 2 people? Is that a fat joke? I'm so fat, I have to subscribe to people twice. I apologize. That's not fair. I'm not. I'm so fat, I have to subscribe to people 3 times.
That was funny, though.
You should team up with Lord Bucket and that other weirdo. Is that other weirdo me? Alan Davies. Fuck you. A sick guy sounds like he was drinking whiskey for a long time. You can tell by the accent. Say,
you sound like that bird. And it's just like, it just should, like, a lot of the time they just happen to have a Yorkshire accent.
Or not.
Also, yeah, some of them have nowhere near like my accent at all.
They sound nothing like you. They're like Irish or something. Yeah. You're like, are you fucking stupid, mate?
I think somebody pointed out an Australian person before as well.
Are you that bird? It reminds me of it's a Bill Bailey joke. He's like walking down the street and someone walks up to him and says, "Hey, are you that bloke?" Only you can answer that. Which is always the response. If anybody ever asks me, "Are you that guy or are you that bloke?" I'm gonna just, yeah, only you can answer that.
It sounds posh compared to Mrs. Sick proper salt of the earth accent. Yeah, salt of the earth. Because when you put salt on earth, yeah, because that's very fertile. Yeah.
Yeah, salt in the. I'd never considered that. Oh, you're salt of the earth. You destroy the ecosystem.
Yeah,
exactly. Incidentally, when I saw the title of this video, I imagined someone painting house for the chance to be naked in public. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Paint my house for the exposure. I had other thoughts that you come and paint my house and then I leave you outside. You wanted exposure? There you go. It's gonna rain soon. Yeah, it's called that because I don't want to paint my house no more. I would invite you all over to do it for me, but I don't trust any one of you to do it properly. You have very poor taste. Clearly, you subscribe to me, so you can't be trusted to get painting right.
Creepy Blind is the only YouTuber without a funny accent.
That's true. Until then, have fun entertaining the masses and then eating them. Nom, nom, nom. Sessick sounds like a bird. Which bird farts, sniffs, and tries running away from his own feet? That's gross.
Hi, Cookie. Oh, there's my girl.
Oh, yeah, there she is. They paint the house to see Sick nude in the living room through the window. I mean, I'll be nude, but I'll be wearing the helmet. Just hands on hips. Stand for Parliament and try taking your sword into the House of Commons. I feel like that might be a mistake. I mean, when we're talking painting, I did it in my pants, so that I wouldn't get my clothes.
It was a great view.
She does like Mrs. Sick enjoys my package when I'm wearing tight-fitting pants. She perpetually gropes and pokes at it. I feel very objectified. It's great.
You should.
I was going to make a joke about having the painters in, but I went, oh, for fuck's sake. I'll do it properly. I'll bring my own firecrackers. Protection is key in all nude situations. Were you wearing protection? Had my helmet on. Here's your payment, Jojo poses. Oh my God. I thought you'd shout me out. Out! Is the exposure one thing like the thing where you're always like, whatever you do, don't touch the exposure? Cersic on a driver's license. I once saw a guy's name and it was Batman bin Superman. This is an article of most stupid names that make you question the parents' motives. Parent motives to have the best kid ever / die. The parents really, really wanted to die, so they called their kid Batman. Oh, people often say I look like Matt Damon. He must be a potato too. Yeah. Oh.
She pokes at it with a spoon.
She would.
Oh.
If she had a spoon in her hand and the thought even crossed her mind, Mrs.
Really,
Sick would definitely poke me in the cock with a spoon.
I really should make a spoon staff.
An actual spoon staff.
An actual spoon staff, yeah.
And then offer it to everyone you meet.
You want a spoon?
It's a bit like human interaction is so easy. That Tom Cardy wants to put bees in a dog, and you offer everyone spoons.
Oh, Cookie wants a lullaby because she can't sleep. You don't want me singing. I sound like a cat dying.
Go to sleep, fucking now, or I'm going to find you. Ah, so relaxing. Shut your mouth, bugger off, or I'll cut off your toes.
No, not the toes.
Spoon staff blowies. I mean, that's one marketing campaign that would...
I don't know, like, do you want to get hit in the crotch with a spoon?
I'll do stuff to your cock. Ooh, wax with spoon. Brings a whole new meaning to spooning. Fuck's sake. What made you choose a night design for your character? Because I'm a fucking edgelord.
That's about right.
Partially Solaire, partially other things. If you don't know who Knight Solaire is, you need to get good. Heard my uncle did exposure while painting. Wonder why he got arrested. Because he did it at other people's houses. A, vandalism. B, nudity. Only fans with spoon staff time. Jesus Christ. Sexy Blossom. Oh, do you want to see my spoon? I think I ate something bad today. I just imagine an episode of Sick when he's drawn in JoJo style, and he's even more surprised than Speedwagon. I'll look for my meds now. Thank you. I am now asleep. You're welcome. Please let me know how it goes. I want to be kept up to date every 10 minutes. Still asleep. I'm now not asleep anymore. Almost over, I assume. Get your super chats in. I mean, I do like money, so if you want to give me some money, you should definitely do that. You won't get any value out of it, but I will be like, I like money though. And there's talk of spooning backing off. I like licking spoons with honey. Now I know what spooning is. I feel very uncomfortable doing that now. Spooning isn't about hitting people in the crotch with spoons. Oh, that was a fucking dirty burp. Jesus Christ. I'd almost apologize, but, nah. Yeah, spooning is just hugging someone from behind.
Yeah, I think they know.
I don't know. Isn't the movie Kingdom TLG the person doing GCSEs, or am I confusing them with someone else? They might not know. I mean, the internet does exist, so at this point, I think every fucking 10-year-old knows every position in the Kama Sutra because the internet is a fucking nightmare. I have awoken thanks to Sexy Blossom. Or was it a nightmare? I think it's somewhere in between the two.
Have you considered vodka instead of whiskey? Well, vodka is just potato whiskey, so...
Yeah, that's potato whiskey. I like sea whiskey quite a lot. Any kind of all the different varieties of whiskey. I'm less into bathtub whiskey, aka gin. But yeah, and thus another universe was created. That does seem likely. But we're on the last minute, and yeah, I need to go and finish making videos, so I'm going to fuck off now and do that. But thank you for all thank you for all coming. Hey, thank you all for coming, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Now fuck off. Bye.
Bye.